You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
What is going on, Isles fans? Matt O'Leary alongside Mitch Anderson for another Up the Turnpike post-game show. Mitch, how's it going tonight?
It's what is the opposite of an earworm? You know, an earworm, you have a song that's like stuck in your head that you can't get out. The opposite of that is kind of happening to me right now, where my wife asked me about a specific song, and I can't remember what song she's talking about. Now the clues are crazy vague, but that song that I don't know what it sounds like is stuck in my head. I'm trying to figure out what song this is, and I just can't do it, and it's driving me bonkers. That's how I'm doing. How about you?
That's very frustrating. I'm doing all right. I would have liked to see the Islanders pull off a win on the road against one of the league's best teams in the Winnipeg Jets. They started pretty well, but unfortunately couldn't finish it tonight. So they lose 4-3. We have a lot of goals to break down tonight, Mitch. So figured we kind of just hop right into this one.
Yeah, a late start, right? So they're out in Winnipeg. So but 7 goals to talk about, and a pretty good play by the Isles. So yeah, let's get right up into it.
So only a minute 5 seconds into it, I didn't even really have time to settle into my seat yet, and Simon Holmstrom gets the Islanders on the board here.
Yeah, man. Sloppy play by Winnipeg, but Simon Holmstrom all over that. And this play between the two of them, I thought that Jean-Gabriel Pageau got something on that before it goes in. Obviously he doesn't. But like hell of a play by Homie, identifying this breakdown and just bringing it up the ice. Awesome North-South hockey.
Yeah, it was awesome. And Holmstrom's had a nice season, so got to give him some credit for getting the Islanders on the board. His 14th of the season. Pageau picks up his 17th assist. Watching it, I was watching at a bar with no sound at the very beginning of this game, and I thought that Cizikas maybe got it along the way, but those three, Pageau, Holmstrom, and Cizikas, able to capitalize on a rush opportunity pretty early into it.
Yeah, Cizikas couldn't get one to save his life today. My gosh. More on that later.
He's not the only one.
That's true. That's true. Oh, man. But up 1-0 to start the game on the road, which is going to be a back-to-back. Ideal start. Just see it through, please. Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, that 1-goal lead would only last about 3 minutes as Alex Iafolo would net his 8th goal of the season here.
Yeah, I don't really know what is Sorokin doing there? He cheats to cut across the crease and leaves the high glove open, and Iafolo's like, "Thank you very much. I'll take that all day." Just bad play by our goalie. That's just not what you want to see from your guy who's absolutely killing it of late. But that was not a good goal to let up, right?
No, on that one, I think that's a fair criticism of. I know it's hard to praise a guy when 4 goals go in, and I'm sure his save percentage isn't great, but I thought he did a pretty good job and actually came up with some big saves in the second and third period. And this game could have really gotten out of hand, I think, if he didn't play the way that he did the rest of the way. But yeah, I think he would admit one that he probably should have had.
Yeah, that was just not. It wasn't that dangerous of an attempt, and it's not like he catches him high blocker side, which is hard to get the shoulder up to block any shot. It's high glove, so you're going. That should be one you could get if you're in the right position. He didn't put himself in the right position, which I'm sure he would say the same. As a goalie, I would really regret that. I'd probably go into the room after the first one being like, "Sorry guys, that's on me."
Well, luckily the Islanders would get one more before the end of the period, so they would take a 1-goal lead into the first intermission as Mark Gatcomb, how about that? His 3rd goal of this season.
Cannot stop scoring, this guy. Good forecheck, right?
Yeah.
You get up on the forecheck and good things happen. And it's exactly what happened here. It really is the essence of this play. Watch them. They're hounding this puck.
Yeah, nice play by, McLean causing pressure. Then it pops out. Gatcomb's right there, puts the backhand in.
Yeah. And not just McLean, like Pierre Engvall deserves some credit on that, as did Gatcombe, not only just for scoring, but you see them fan out, right? And I use like 5 fingers here, but all 3 of them fan out to take their side, to make sure that there's no good outlet for the Winnipeg Jets. And that's been key to our success going forward. It's not just good positioning in the offensive zone, in our offensive zone, but good positioning and puck awareness in the neutral zone specifically. So like being able to recognize that and get in those positions allowed this play to break down favorably for the New York Islanders. And yeah, Gatcombe friggin' capitalizes on it. That's not a word, but whatever.
I like what you're trying to do there, though.
Yeah.
And the Islanders take a 2-1 lead into the first intermission. Shots even at 9 apiece. All things considered, I thought a pretty strong first period from the Islanders.
Yeah, it's what I wanted to see going on the road in a difficult spot to play. Like Winnipeg is a really good team. They're playing their starters, so they're taking the Islanders seriously. Although why wouldn't they? Like Hellebuck's going to start like 70 games a year. Maybe not that high. Anyways, and you want them to challenge and be competitive and really kind of put their presence on this game right from the beginning. And that's exactly what they did. So you can't ask for any better in the second or in the first. Although maybe from Sorokin.
Yeah, the second the little slip there in the second could have gone a lot better for the Islanders. Things ended up getting off the rails. They would take a couple penalties. Now they killed those penalties, but the Winnipeg Jets top line just completely took over this period. We'll start with Gabriel Velarde scoring his first of the night, his 23rd of the year on this one.
Yeah, I forget if this was the Boquist one. It was. I don't think he defended this. I'm going to call it a 2-on-1, even though it's not. But right there, he did not do a good job of stopping that puck from getting through.
It was really a 2-on-2 at that point. And you know, that's what Butch was saying on the broadcast. And Thomas Hickey agreed with him, too, because he was asking, Hickey as the defenseman, his opinion on it. And he agreed.
I didn't have it on with sound, but did he say like he should have gone to ground?
He said he was giving him too much room, essentially. He should have been on him a little bit more.
It seemed that pass connected too easily for the Winnipeg Jets, and there wasn't enough done by Boquist there to stop it from getting through. I did not like that from him. So it is what it is. Like, you're right, you're only tied 2-2, so you're still lots of time here, whatever. And Winnipeg is a good team, but it just compounds. They just can't get themselves out of this funk, if you will, in the second period.
No. And former, maybe now current future Islander Nikolai Ehlers would give the Winnipeg Jets their first lead of the night here, making it a 3-2 game. This was impressive, I thought, from Winnipeg.
The breakout alone, you saw the positioning from them there. That play by Cole Perfetti behind the net,
unreal.
There's nothing Sorokin could have done on that. I don't want to see anyone crap on Sorokin for that one specifically. There's nothing he could have done there. He's following the puck. Perfetti, just a really good skilled play there. Maybe Romanov could have been better placed, but I'm nitpicking for sure. I'm absolutely nitpicking.
Yeah, that was something that they were batting around on the broadcast, and Hickey was like, he kind of defended Romanov in that one, was saying that, like, not really. Sometimes you got to tip your cap to it.
Yeah, I like what Dave's saying. Don't ever blame Sorokin for anything without him. This team is dead in the water, especially after we left him out to dry as much as we have this year.
Fair enough. Definitely fair enough. Unfortunately, the Islanders would give up one more goal. They couldn't get the tying goal in the second period, and Gabriel Velarde again would score, making it a 4-2 game. Yeah,
this one, again, I don't think that Boquist has covered himself in glory. He and Adam Pelech just are not on the same page. Maybe even Bo Horvat, but he's trying to cover at that point. No one is taking the middle. Watch how there's no one in that middle situation outside of a Winnipeg Jet. Bo Horvat leads to cover the front of the net, probably because there's this chaos between the defenders, and they don't know who's going where, and he's all alone.
That looked like early season Islanders where they were just scrambling in their own zone. They've been much better at sticking to their system defensively, and it's been working, but that was a poor example of it because they just seemed like 5 guys out there who were just flying around, didn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's just, maybe I shouldn't necessarily just blame Boquist, but that's the one that stood out to me the most. And the one that maybe makes a bit more sense because you're going, he's only been here for a few games. So if anyone's not going to know where he needs to be in a chaos situation, it's probably going to be him.
Fair enough.
But maybe it's Pellick. Maybe it's Bo. Either way, the three of them did not look good there.
No, shots 12-7, Winnipeg with more in the second period. Islanders would come on strong in the third period. They would have 19 shots in that third period. Unfortunately, I think a big story, we'll get to the goal in a second. They had 3 third period power play opportunities and were unable to convert on any of them.
Yeah.
The third one, like I know State of Survival is saying our power play looked better. The third one, I thought they were moving the puck well and had their chances. The first 2, they struggled to really get anything going.
Yeah, that wasn't great. They need to fix the power play. They've basically fixed the penalty kill. I know they didn't actually let up a power play goal, but it was close. They just need to fix that power play because they had their opportunities. Missing Matthew Barzal and let's be honest, Noah Dobson as well doesn't help. Although I thought that oh my God, Tony DeAngelo did well. Yeah, he did well. It's not on him that it's failing, that's for sure. It wasn't good before he showed up anyway, so good luck for him.
I was just going to say, obviously, no Dobson and Barzal, like those are 2 guys who usually play a lot on the power play, but it's not like the Islanders power play was clicking when those guys were in the lineup there. They've been at the bottom of the league for most of the year on the power play, right around 12%, which is pretty gross.
Yeah, not great. But they just couldn't capitalize on it. Sorry, I keep seeing that this one message and it's stuck in my head. The 4th goal by Winnipeg, the Islanders didn't want to take offside, and so they kind of stood around. I mean, Avi said it in our message in our Discord channel, like, you take the offside there. Why don't you take the offside? Just take it. You're not going to be penalized for it. Just play is going to be
face off.
Exactly. Just take it. And they didn't. And then this happens. Just you're right. Absolutely, Gary. That's really the cause. Absolutely.
Yeah, good call out from Gary. And the Islanders are one of the better face-off teams in the league. And tonight they were better. Spoiler, they won 56% of the face-offs. Like in that spot, why don't you just go, all right, we'll take our chances with the face-off here. Instead, it leads to a goal the other way, which is frustrating. But let's talk about the lone goal in the third period. Kyle Palmieri gets one to go, and he's got 3 goals in his last 5 games after going 15 games without one.
Yeah, man. Needed that. But the play here to just open it up and find him, you're just tossing pucks on net, which is not a divisive or derisive comment by me. It's just simple stuff. And they were doing that very well, as you mentioned before, with the shots in that third period. They were doing a really good job of just throwing pucks on net towards it. You're probably not going to beat Cutter Hellebuck. You just got to try to get something and deflect your way. And they did that there. There you go. You score.
Yeah, on that sequence, I don't know if it caught all of them, but Romanov had 3 shots on goal in that one sequence there. Yeah. And then the last one obviously leads to the deflection, and Palmieri's there for the rebound.
Yeah, exactly. So good job by them for creating it. Palmieri needed it for sure. 15 goals on the year for him is not enough. I'm just noticing Gabriel Valerdi has 24 goals, which is friggin' insane that they picked him up as like a random piece in the PLD trade.
That's a career high for him, though.
I would be surprised if it wasn't.
He was pretty good for them last year, but I think he was around this goal total.
He was good, you're right, but he's hitting another level this year. And the fact that they got him and Iafallo in that trade, and I think even something else. Didn't they get like a pick as well? Doesn't matter.
I'd have to go back and remember. That's I don't know off the top of my head. But it would be his career high is 23 goals for 2 years ago.
24 goals down. There's still like some 28, 27 games left for them. That's insane.
That top line's ridiculous. I mean, Connors and Scheifele are already over 30 goals on the season.
Stupid. Must be nice too. Yeah, must be nice. But we don't get another goal, although we almost did. You don't see that the Boquist did a really, really good job in the offensive zone of dancing around some Winnipeg Jets players and finding Casey Zizeek is basically exactly where Kyle Palmieri was when he scored. But Connor Hellebuck gets a piece on it and just enough to keep it out of the net. Should have been tied. It should have been a tie game. I'm not blaming anyone. Casey, it's a luck game, and the lucky goalie would got it.
Yeah, I mean, Hellebuck's unbelievable. He came up big in this game, obviously, for Winnipeg. Islanders held tough, but not enough against a significantly better team out west in Winnipeg.
Yeah. And when I closed my laptop, because we were having date night, and my wife asked me what the score was or what happened, I was like, "Oh, the Islanders lost." She go, "What? Oh my God!" She was more upset than I was. And I kind of looked at her. Well, what are you overreacting about here? She's like, "Well, they lost. Yeah, they're gonna lose sometimes. That's fine. If you play well in a loss, I'm happy."
That's what I was gonna say. Like, unfortunately, with the state of what this team is right now, would I have liked to win this game? Of course, it would have been really nice. But against a tough opponent, I thought they played hard for most of it. A couple of mistakes cost them. You know, if you want to look at the silver linings, they were in it. I thought they kept pace, like speed wise with Winnipeg through the first little bit until the end of the second period. But I know they had some miscues, but it's not like they were getting, bag skated or anything like that out there.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. They performed well against a really good team. So I'm not upset about it. And maybe we win on a different night. I know Will was saying like 9 times out of 10 we win that game if Sorokin makes a stop. I'm not so sure about that, but yeah, Ethan, absolutely. I don't disagree with that. It was a really good loss.
Yeah, right. I forgot that I was sharing my screen, but I always pop on Twitter to see if there's any quotes. Yeah, good thing I didn't pull up anything bad, right? Most inspiring loss of the season, but kind of just wanted to get the pulse of what people were saying. And
yeah, it's nice to see that it's not just us within our echo chamber saying that. It's outside of that as well. People are saying the same thing, so it's good to hear.
So what I wanted to pull up was the game stats: shots on goal 35-27, face-off percentage 56-44%. No team had a power play goal, so the Islanders killed 2 penalties. They were 0 for 3 on the power play. 6 penalty minutes to the Islanders 4. Hits 19-14, block shots 18-15, giveaways Islanders with more 15-10, and takeaways 8-6.
Yeah, so they played well. They deserved to win. Maybe I don't even know. Winnipeg played well as well. So Winnipeg played well as well.
What do you think? I'm going to pull up. That's a lot of W's. Yeah. I want to see if I could find the deserve to win-o-meter. What do you think? What do you think that's going to look like for this game?
I think it's going to be close. It's probably going to be Winnipeg at like 55% or something like that.
You are so fucking good, man.
Yes.
It's bouncing around, but it's right there at 54, 55%. So
yeah,
nailed it.
It was a coin toss game. It really was. So that's exactly. So not only are we saying that, other people outside of us are saying that, but even the underlying numbers are saying the same thing. So that's what it was, right? If it sounds like a duck, looks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
And they went against the best goalie in the league tonight.
Exactly. Put 3 past them, which not many teams do.
No. Let's take a look. We'll play our numbers game here. Yeah. Who led the Islanders ice time for forwards tonight?
Bo Horvat.
That would have been my guess too, but it's not. It's Brock Nelson at 21 minutes and 27 seconds.
Trying to get that trade value up, huh? Although probably
you mean that
not,
contract extension value? That's what you mean?
Yeah, exactly. You got to get on. What did I saw a comment in here that apparently Brock was offered a 3-year deal. If you haven't seen our video, go watch that. He will get 5 on the open market. Oh, please don't let him get there.
I don't disagree with that, and I don't want the Islanders to sign Brock Nelson to a 5-year extension.
No, I'll be okay with a 3-year, assuming the valuation is okay. But like, 5-year, anyways, yeah.
Least.
I'm gonna say it's Mark Gatcomb.
Close by 1 second difference. He was at 8:19. Coming in at 8:18 was Pierre Engvall.
Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, as long as it's not like Simon Holmstrom or something, and I missed something in the game.
No, Holmstrom is good. He scored the goal, obviously, but 12 minutes 11 seconds for him.
Yeah, he's been good for a while there. Leader of ice time. It's been Romanov last couple of games, but we have 3 power plays there in the third. So I'm going to say it's Tony DeAngelo.
By a long shot, 27-10.
Yeah. He's the only guy that we really trust on the PK. I think Scott Perunovich is getting some minutes. I haven't seen the actual amount of minutes, and I don't want to look because it might ruin.
I'll tell you in a second. Yep.
But I think he's getting a decent amount of PP minutes, but it's all Tony D really.
Who do you got for least?
Dennis Cholowski? Did he even play?
Great question. 6 minutes, 14 seconds for Dennis Cholowski.
Oh, I feel bad for him. Oh my God. That's
you might as well play with 13 forwards and 5 defensemen at that point.
6 minutes of just 5-on-5 time. That's just not enough, coach. Like, if you don't like me, don't play me. Go pick someone else up off the waiver wire. Whoever that happens to be, man.
Perunovich played 2046.
Okay. Go pick up future considerations. Whatever, man. It's just don't play him. Why are you doing this to a poor kid? Unbelievable.
Sorokin stopped 23-27, 852 save percentage, which obviously save percentage numbers and goals against isn't going to do him any favors. We gave him something on the was it the first goal? Maybe could have been one that he saved, but other than that, I thought he was fine. I didn't blame him for the other 3, and he did actually, I thought, make some big saves. Kyle Connor had a couple unbelievable looks in the third period that were stopped.
Absolutely. No, he did well enough, but like that first one wasn't great. And then, it's fine. You're allowed an off night every now and again.
Want to do some comments before we hop out of here for the night?
Absolutely. There's a really, really good one right from the start. This has been bothering me for a while. If you've ever wondered what that honking or metal grinding sound, to me, it sounds like a almost type of thing. Apparently it's Sorokin's blade.
Okay.
Which makes sense because it's always in the Islanders zone. I kept trying to figure out freeze frame. Okay, who's moving when I hear that sound? And I never honed in on Sorokin. Apparently it's him.
I never picked up on that. I'm going to have to kind of watch out for that, and then I'm sure I'll notice it.
Yeah. There's a few comments about Duclair here. Alon can't be a top line, those 3 together. There's another one I thought about Duclair. Where are we at here? Duclair's been pretty disappointing from our guy Chad, and then Duclair just can't seem to find his flow on any of the lines. Even Andre is saying Duclair. Corey's old, to be honest. I mean, if he's old, I'm ancient.
Yeah, I don't think he's looked the same since going down with the injury.
No,
I saw someone talked about maybe shutting him down, which might not be the worst idea.
I don't want to say he's hurt, but something's up. Off. Yeah, Alon's there's a reason he's been on so many teams. Fair, but there was something there.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot. He has gotten traded a lot. I thought he started the year well before the injury.
Yeah, 100%. And training camp was great. Preseason was great. Not that changes much. We all know about, preseason don't mean too much, but still. Andre, if there's any other goalie other than Hellebuck, then we win tonight. Probably true. We might win 5-4 type of thing.
Yeah, that would have been, I think that would have been their path to victory. It would have needed to be, you probably needed to score 5, and clearly because they allowed 4 against, but you know what I mean? It would have had to be a high scoring game if they were going to win.
Yeah. Do you feel the same as Corey here? Would you cut off your left arm to have Kyle Connors on this team?
Yes.
As our resident Kyle Connor doppelganger, how do you feel about this?
Yeah. I would do it. I would love it.
I
would
take
take a picture together too, maybe.
Yeah. Although you guys you don't look the same anymore. Early Matt O'Leary and early Kyle Connor, it's spitting image.
Yeah, we're talking young Kyle Connor and 6 years ago Matt O'Leary, and we nailed it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. There we go. I feel if they lose tomorrow, it increases their odds of selling even more so if Brock doesn't accept an extension before the deadline. Yeah.
Okay, so we obviously know that Lou has floated a 3-year extension out to him. If he doesn't accept it, do you think that changes his mind, or do you think that means he's going to keep trying?
I think that changes his mind. I think he cuts bait quick, which is why he offers it now and not like, I'll wait till the season is fine and I'll figure it now if you're interested in doing it. And then if not, then I know where I stand type of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
So, here's from Nick. What are your thoughts on Dobson for Kyrou trade?
I like Jordan Kyrou. He scores a lot of goals.
I like Kyrou, but it's going to have to be more than just Kyrou.
Okay.
Right? Like, I feel like Alon, like, it's intriguing, but I'm not running like I would be if it's Pettersson.
I get what Alan's saying about Pettersson, but with the cap rising, I don't think the 11.6 is going to be nearly as bad as what it looks like right now.
I also think that the Canucks have done a horrible job of rehabbing his injury, as he said so himself. And I think because you'll notice that his skating isn't the same. Even just look at the underlying numbers. The NHL Edge data for him shows that he's lost the step. I don't think he's actually lost it. I just think that it hasn't been rehabbed properly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would explain what is a down season for him.
Yeah, exactly. So I would do that. I don't know if I'd run to get Kyrou, but I'm definitely interested.
I mean, he's going to go score 30 again this year unless he gets hurt. He's got 23 through 55, and the last 2 years 31 and 37. Not the same player that Pettersson is, but he's a goal scorer.
Absolutely,
he's good.
A few here about Engvall. So Engvall makes more than the Bridgeport's first line combined, probably even more. Yeah. And I saw Engvall that one. I feel bad.
Fell out.
Pierre, I feel bad, but like, buddy, it's just not going well.
No.
Corey's asking, what the hell are we going to do with Palmieri? Andre says he has to be traded.
I think he has to be traded. Maybe my once hope that he would yield the first round pick that might be gone.
Yeah.
He started the year hot and then has been cold and is playing better recently, which is obviously a good thing. 3 goals in the last 5. So hope he keeps scoring.
Absolutely. That'd be great. Mercy is saying, giving us a strategy for the trade deadline. He wants to give Nelson a 3-year contract, which he's not a fan of, clearly, which is totally understandable. Dobson and Barzal for Brock Besser and Pettersson. Guy likes his Zeds, but it's just fine. Plus a 2nd round pick, right on. JG will probably be traded also. Tough loss tonight, trade deadline, loser. By loser, he's referencing Lou Lamoriello, if you haven't caught on.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I don't think he's calling us loser, but he's calling Lou the loser. I assume based on how he's spelling loser.
I think so. I wouldn't trade Matthew Barzal, but I like the idea of adding Elias Pettersson.
That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, I'm not all in on Besser, but like I'll take him if it's a toss in type of thing. But as Andre says, Lou does not acquire pure rentals, and that's exactly what Besser is.
Yeah, he's on the last year of his deal. I would imagine that he's someone who wants to get to free agency too, just based on how the kind of things have gone there for him in Vancouver. Who knows? The Islanders have traded for guys who were considered rentals that ended up extending. So maybe that would be the case. If he was acquired, I would think that, okay, he is going to sign an extension, but I don't know. Besser doesn't move me as much as Elias Pettersson does.
No, exactly. Walks
like a duck, farts like a duck.
Perfect. And then Gary, yeah, I felt the same way, man. Did not realize he was playing. Of course, I wasn't watching with sound on, so I couldn't hear if the announcers called his name, if Brendan or Butch called his name. But yeah, it's 6 minutes. Yeesh.
No shots, no blocks, no hits, 1 giveaway and a takeaway. That was his stat line today. Yeah.
And then final thing here. This is who we should blame for our loss today.
Connor Hellebuck. I would tend to agree with you. There's a reason why he's in the Vezina conversation every year.
He's Vezina lock. Last I checked, he was like minus 3,000, and it's probably better now. It's just done. Just give him his 3rd Vezina trophy.
He's unbelievable. He's an unbelievable goalie. So
he's going to win the 4 Nations too.
I was just going to say, I'm excited to root for that guy very, very soon.
I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you guys. We have Samuel Montalvo, Aiden Hill, and Jordan Binnington in the net. Like maybe one of those guys turns it on. Maybe, but fudge.
They're going to have to win like the Islanders would have had to win tonight. High scoring games.
Yeah, McDavid's going to have to score 5 points a game. Ridiculous.
Something like that. But anyway, that'll do it for us on this one. Islanders back in action tomorrow night in Minnesota. We'll have you covered for that. But for now, Matt, he's Mitch. Please make sure to subscribe, like the video before you get out of here, and we'll catch you next time.